has got that kind of like floaty, like just woke up from a dream / opium bender kind of feel to it. What's up there, people? Hello, my name is Comedian, and today is an unbelievable day, quite frankly, because I really did not think when I woke up today I would be listening to new Skrillex music or reacting to it, but then I read there was a new release, and I remembered that I am a reactor, so I'm honor bound to film myself listening to music, which is really weird. And something I often talk to my therapist about, but you guys aren't my therapist, although you kind of are, but you really aren't, so let's move on from that bit. It has been basically like a year, I think it's been more than a year actually, since Skrillex released new kind of like solo music, and I guess by solo music I mean, music that's like not him doing a rapper's beat. Since the show tracks EP was July of last year, I think, and by I mean I know because I just looked up when I made my reaction video to it. So it was more than a year ago. Actually, it was one of the first videos I uploaded on this channel, one of the first music reactions certainly, and it's kind of unbelievable that it got to this point. Like back then there was a very ridiculous strain of hope in the Skrillex community and in the Skrillex subreddit that this was going to be a new era of packed releases. It was like he was being like, okay, here's show tracks, this is what I have right now, and more's coming soon. And obviously soon with Skrillex is a word that has a very different meaning from what it traditionally means, but that's fine. Language is malleable and flexible. I've often said that on my channel my alarm's going off. I just snoozed it. Yeah, because this will be 8 minutes long. It's going to go off again during this video. I'm an idiot. Anyway. But yeah, language is flexible, as I've often said in this channel, to justify why I don't make any sense. But point being is I was flabbergasted, gobsmacked, shiggleboided, other nonsense words. That there was a song out this morning. I did my normal morning depression routine of waking up, decently early for me, like 9 o'clock, and then staying in bed for an hour on my phone. And then when I got to the Skrillex subreddit and saw there was a new Skrillex song, and my whole world changed. I literally leapt out of bed in much the same way that Skrillex, does the thing where he leaps off his back onto his feet on stage, which is impressive. Anyway, point being, this is hugely, hugely exciting. From the comments I've seen online, people are in hype mode. It sounds like it's a good track, hopefully. It's the first proper Skrillex solo release, as in no other features at all for a long, long time. The Skrillex subreddit has got into meltdown mode. Once again, the Kindle of Hope has been reignited that there's going to be more Skrillex songs coming soon. Because let's face it, no one thought this time last year, or July last year, that we would go another year without really getting anything. No one thought that, and the mood in the Skrillex subreddit recently has been really down, to the point where if the Skrillex subreddit was an actual pirate ship headed by Skrillex, there would have been a mutiny a long time ago, and somebody else would have been reinstated themselves, like, I am the Skrillex of this ship now. It's my turn to not release any music. Whatever. Anyway, before I get into this reaction, I'm honor bound by the YouTube TOS to say, if you like it, or if you haven't hated the intro so far, which is unlikely, this must be one of my longest and most pointless intros ever, but that's how excited I am for Skrillex. That's how much nonsense he makes me talk. I'm so excited. But if you like the intro, or you like where this is going, feel free to subscribe. I don't actually do EDM reactions all the time, you guys know what YouTube is like. I do reactions full time now, which is ridiculous and embarrassing to say, but I can't justify. I can't do EDM reactions all the time. Plus, I'm enjoying expanding my music tastes and basically, I'm just exploring new music. But I am a hardcore Skrillex fan. I probably always will be. I'll probably be blasting Skrillex in the old folks' home for the people there when I'm, 50. So yeah, so if you want to see more of that, subscribe, because it might be another year until he releases another song. It might be another 10 years, but I will be here filming myself going, yeah, cool, on camera, which is, what a treat. So anyway, yeah, and it also, if you're one of my fans who subscribe for the other artists and you don't normally listen to dubstep or whatever, then I would say keep an open mind and open ears. That's what's helped me discover new music for this channel, which I really love. So yeah, check it out with me. Why not? All right, that is all the nasty, gritty stuff out the way. Let's do this. I actually can't believe that I'm about to listen to Kliptown Empyrean. That can't be right. Look at this. Look at the title on YouTube. Kliptown Empyrean. I'm pretty sure I read it on the subreddit. Yeah, here we go. Kliptown Empyrean. So this is the most Skrillex thing ever, because let's face it, the man doesn't have great English skills. He doesn't need them because he's got brilliant musical skills, which is a better form of expression, arguably. But yeah, this is the most Skrillex thing ever. I can very much believe that he, I mean, he probably didn't, but I can believe that he wrote this YouTube post. Kliptown. Sounds like kelp. Oh man, I'm going to pretend this is the original title. I like Kliptown. It's brilliant. I mean, this is gibberish anyway, and by that I mean it probably isn't gibberish. It probably isn't an English word that I don't recognize. But anyway, enough nonsense. It really is time to listen to this. Oh, it's in 4K. Oh, nice. That's as pointless as my videos being in 4K. What does this... I'm honestly scared to listen to this. What does a solo Skrillex song sound like in 2020? Only one way to find out. Okay, already this is fascinating. It's like the vocal chops that Skrillex is known for, but it is different. It does feel newer and fresher, which is cool. Because, you know, I know everyone's been missing the vocal chops from his songs, but arguably you could say it was old, or, you know, like, probably as an artist it's old for him because, you know, I know as an artist, because I do reaction videos, which is art, that, you know, you want to switch things up every now and then. But this feels like the Skrillex vocal chops, but a new version. I like it. Like, the way that energy starts and then drops off is so fascinating. The intake of breath then stops. Such a heavy vibe. Okay, I can see why people said there is a heavy burial vibe in this, because it has got that kind of like floaty, like just woke up from a dream / opium bender kind of feel to it. It's, I don't know, it's crazy. Okay, this is fascinating to me. This is really, I can see why people said it had burial vibes. I can see why people said it had leaving vibes. It's got all of that stuff in there, and some heavy, mature cheddar. It's got a lot of stuff going on. I'm so caught up by the vocal chops. It feels brand new. Like, it finally feels like, because I feel like, you know, Skrillex has been known, or was known as being like the god of dubstep or, you know, bro step or whatever. He really pushed labels, and arguably he hasn't been doing that as much recently, but this does feel like a new sound. This is really impressive. Love these vocals, and like the sound intensity kind of building and falling, like my bank account after. Like strange, like, there's like a excited whale noise in the background, there's children at a tea party, there's so much going on in there. Me, when I wake up and see I've got -10 subscribers, oh, it's that noise. I love it. It's so Skrillex. It's just a silly little noise in the background. It gives the song so much atmosphere. Oh, and there's more going on. Like, I would be impressed by this song if it was just this for 4 minutes, and there's some more coming in now. And that bass is unbelievable. My terrible EDM bass headphones are finally paying off, because the bass is like a gentle hum. It's like a musical radiator, you know? It's like standing outside the back of a Chinese restaurant, listening to the AC go, but, you know, in a way that makes you want to bump your head. Like, yeah, I'm drunk. It's 2 a.m. on a Friday. We've all been there. Hooray! I can't stop smiling. This is great. I'm loving this. This is brilliant. It's interesting analysing music there's no lyrics, because I guess, you know, when I do songs that have more lyrics, you know, I'm like obviously focusing on the lyrics and the musicality gets lost. But here it's all musicality I'm listening to. I love, like, it's like layers of drops. What a warm bassy sound. It's not very sunny out today, but it feels sunny in here now. This is really catchy, and I love this new Skrillex logo, a washed up beach with some firewood. That's brilliant. It's funny, like, oh, there we go. My alarm's going off again. Called it. I'm just gonna stop. I just pressed snooze again. God damn it! I meant to press stop. Anyway, it's like I kind of wish this song would have come out a few months earlier. I know that sounds silly, but it's such a summery feel, and summer is right in the middle of disappearing, or kind of has, depending on where you live. I mean, like, normally I would say this is a bittersweet song, but I don't know, something about it. There is an endearing warmth in the background that really pulls through. Like seeing your grandma when she makes you the soup you like. It's been a while since that happened, because she died. Alright, and we're now fading back into the same vibes from the intro, but yeah, it's still about halfway through. The really interesting thing about this song is that it feels like a musical journey, and I would argue that Skrillex's songs often don't seem like that, and there's something wrong with that. Like, I mean, some of them do, but for the most part, he's known for kind of like bangers, and even his chill songs are usually less progressive. Like, Breathe, for example, it's quite structured, and The Island Part 1, Roughneck, semi-flex, semi-hard-on flex. Like, these are songs that, are kind of like, build up, drop, build up. But this feels much more like a, those songs are much more like an angular graph. This feels much more like a sine wave as a graph. I shouldn't think about graphs, because I just think about my crypto portfolio. Boom. Ooh. One thing I will say is that I think there's something magical about the vocals in the intro, and I don't think it carries over to the drop. I don't know. There's something, like the way the vocals in the intro set up the soundscape, like the thing I really love is like the intake of breath, like and it stops. Like, it's just such a strong, like, tingles down your spine if you have one. I don't, I'm spineless. I've been told that by people. But, it's got such a strong feeling to it. And I don't know if that feeling carries over into the drop. Like, the drop is really nice and summery, but the vocals, I don't think, add as much as they did in the intro. Okay, like, this is one of those songs, it's gonna go straight into my chill playlist, but I can't see myself like searching out for it or listening to it on repeat, like obsessively. And it's not because it isn't a banger. Like, for example, like, I used to be so obsessed with, like I said, songs like Roughneck, Half Flex, Demi Flex, Breathe. What other Skrillex songs? I don't know. I'm gonna blame the man himself there, because he hasn't released stuff in so long. You start to forget the names, and it's more about the sound. But yeah. Also, he mostly does bangers. Let's face it. But yeah, I don't think I can see myself like I'm not completely obsessed with this track. Basically, it's really cool, and there's parts of it that make me really excited for his new music, because they do very much have a brand new sound to them. But this part feels a bit more. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see what the outro is. But yeah, the part before it just felt a bit more like, okay, well, I've heard that before, for sure. Like, very heavy burial vibes. Why does Skrillex tease us with the most beautiful sounds that he only put, like, I'm gonna go on like a sort of like, neckbeard-ish, like, pretentious OG fan rant. Like, the man makes incredible music and should make whatever makes him happy. But I feel like he has these sounds in that, like, harken back to his glory days. And, like, some songs he teases those sounds in, but then he takes them away, because it's almost like he's like, I know where I've come from, but, I've changed. And I want to be like, but that sounds so good. Like, the best example for me is his remix of good. Why do I try and remember stuff in my videos? My brain doesn't work that way. Babylon, his Babylon remix, and in one of the drops, like, I think the second drop, you hear for like 4 seconds, some like really classic OG Skrill like growl synths, like bum 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 bum, and there's a live video of that by Alice in Wonderland, I think, dropping it, where the crowd, like when they hear that, they lose their mind. Lose their minds because like that sound is still fresh, it's still incredible, you know what I mean? Like I would still pay hundreds of dollars or blocks of cheese for an album made up of those sounds. But obviously the man should do what he wants, but I don't like being teased with those sounds. To me, this last few seconds where you hear a few synths come in is just like that. Down. Those last few synths to me are the best bit of the song, which sounds mean or something, I don't know. But like, those are beautiful sounds. Those are sounds no one else is making. Those are Skrillex sounds. I really hope the next album has some sounds like that in it, because that's what makes me a Skrillex addict. It's the sounds that no one else is making. They still are making, even all these years later. That's got some heavy With You Friends vibes, but modern. It's not like, I'm not trying to say, oh, I like it because it sounds like With You Friends. It sounds a bit like that, but a 2020 version. Anyway, I honestly don't know what to say about that. I'm completely overwhelmed, really. It's one of those things where I'm definitely going to give it another listen, obviously. I mean, like, I'm not even trying to say I don't like this track. I think it's a really, really good track. But, like, apart from, like, the first half, I think the second half feels more like a burial, not knockoff. It feels like Skrillex doing a burial trippy, but it doesn't feel too original. It doesn't feel too fresh. The first half feels really fresh and original, which is why, you know, I'm definitely trying to say I don't like this track. But I really thought from the first half that it was going to be a track where I'd be like, oh, this is amazing. Whereas I think from right now, I'd say it's like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. But I also have very high standards for Skrillex, let's face it, which is fair. I think the man has set his own standards. But I'm also very aware of the fact that I am a disgusting, icky reactor. I'm compelled to, you know, pause the music and talk about it, partly because I have opinions, partly because if I don't do that, then my video will get removed from YouTube and men in suits will come to my house to gently tickle me until I stop making videos. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. I want to obviously give this song more chances, listen to it in its entirety. That might help it, although I do, you know, quite strongly feel that the second half didn't live up to the first half. But that's kind of besides the point, because this hasn't, like, you know, this hasn't killed my hype or anything. The point is, Skrillex has released new music, which is, you know, a godsend in itself. And in the first half, you know, I heard some sounds that were completely brand new and exciting to me. And that is what Skrillex is known for. So, you know, this does give me good high hopes for his album, whenever that happens. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reacting to it. Like I said, in next year or in 10 years or in the old people's home. Whenever that happens, I'm looking forward to it. And if you want to be here for that, feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I can't believe I hit snooze twice. I'm just going to hit it again. This time, there's no way I'm going to talk for 8 minutes more. I mean, I could, but people would already clicked out anyway, so yeah, I was wrapping up. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the alarms. I have ADHD. I can't, that's my excuse. It's not a good one. Yeah, I'll see you next time, whenever that is. And remember, if you like my reaction to Kliptown, then click the subscribe button. Don't make me frown.